Okay, I think it's going. It's saying setting up for custom service. It's moved forward from last time. So we should be live. Yes, I think so. Yes. Is anybody able to see the link? It will show up on my profile if I'm live. On my personal profile, it will show the live. It's a horrible time to be having tech trouble, but we are live. Okay. Is anybody able to see the yes link? It will show up on my profile if I'm live. Oh my God. On my okay. Okay. Yes. Thank you for checking, Yash. I appreciate that. Hello, everyone. I'm Sudha Jamthe, and this is Sudha Live. And I am combining this to reopen Weekly Wed, my happy hour with my students that we meet on Zoom. So I have some of my students here on Zoom. And if you are my student, I did a post last night on LinkedIn and I did invite you saying you can request a Zoom link. So I'm hoping that if you see that, you can come in or you can DM me and I will still give you the Zoom link. But I'm going to focus on LinkedIn where this is streaming live and I see some numbers and I hope you will introduce yourself so I know who you are. And if you are my student, you're welcome on Zoom or we can do that next time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the LinkedIn stream and I'm going to take your questions. And we're going to keep this as interactive as possible. And those of you who are here on Zoom with me, thank you for finding the time. And since this is streaming live, this is going to get recorded. So if you don't want to be included in the recording, you can mute yourself, you can be off camera. And when you talk, if you feel comfortable, you're welcome to come on camera. I love to see my students, include my students. That's awesome. But I won't be able to edit or anything. So you're giving me permission if you come on air. And if you're going to be muted and you don't want to be on air, those people on Zoom here can use the comment link and add a comment and participate. Otherwise, you're welcome to speak up. And those of you who are here on LinkedIn, introduce yourself. Let me say we are live. It is strange till we are live. I can't actually do anything here. Like LinkedIn says, this is going to come when it goes live, but I'll have to wait. Okay, so what is Sudha Live for those of you who are new? This is my once a month hour with you to answer your questions, and I bring the latest in AI trends. And today we are going to talk about the latest AI trends and where to focus so that you can grow your career. Okay. And I already posted in the newsletter, in the Limitless Jamthe newsletter, we had a quiz that went out. And for some of you who are new, might not have seen it, I'm going to put the quiz up here so that you can still take that. And before that, since we're talking about AI trends, I have a quiz for you live now. What do you think are the latest AI trends? And I see the numbers going up. Thank you everyone for joining me. I'm joining here from Silicon Valley. I'm a technology futurist. I'm Sudha Jamthe. I'm a technology futurist, educator with, I think, 8 courses or 9 courses on LinkedIn Learning. And I welcome my students from my past, from Barcelona Technology School, from Stanford Continuing Studies, and everywhere else that I teach. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I just see my students. Yes, thank you. Feel free to introduce yourself. And the question is, what is the latest AI trend? And AI is pervasive. There's a lot of hype, and things have been, moving. And each day you see something new. Okay. I see one answer: vibe coding. Okay. Anything else? Actually, vibe coding was on my list. I have made a list with AI trends. And as a technology futurist, what I do is I'm excited about the latest trends. But then I have worked in technology industry for a couple decades, and I worked in mobile analytics in my last corporate job almost 8 years back. So I try to ground myself with data and see what I'm hearing. Does that make business sense? So I'm going to talk about what is the trend. I'm not telling you whether I like it or not right now. But by the end of this hour, what you will get from Sudha Live is this conversation with me. And if you're taking any of my courses and if you have questions and comments, that's also fine. I'm happy to answer that. At the end of this, we will discuss the trends, but we will also go towards what is it that you should focus on. There's so many trends. What is hype? My job here is to sift through the hype and help you make sense of where should you focus so it's helpful for you. Okay, I see another comment here on LinkedIn, and thank you everyone who's engaging. This is awesome. And welcome. I love meeting new students. So ChatGPT going to recommend sponsored content. This is going to be a huge change. Thank you for that, Prashant. Hello from Iowa. Sylvia, welcome. So, Sylvia, we are talking about AI trends. What do you think is the latest top AI trend? And if you have more than one, and you can say that too, invisible AI. Invisible AI. Do you want to elaborate what is invisible AI? Because when I was teaching machine learning before, thank you for that, Yelam. Before I was teaching, um, the world switched to Gen AI and large language models and all the reasoning models and agentic AI and stuff. The hot topic was machine learning and deep learning. I still believe I still believe machine learning and deep learning, which is called traditional AI, is still at large. Especially in that context, I remember talking to my Stanford class about invisible AI. That AI exists. Is that what you mean, Elam, when you're saying invisible AI as the top trend? It's that AI is there, but it's not up on your face. You don't know that AI is there. Okay, welcome. I see Maud Kalik. Maybe it's Mohammed Kalik. Uh, Digital delivery manager in IBM. Latest trends, multimodal AI, yes. Autonomous AI agents, edge AI and real-time processing, human-centered AI. You're literally listing as if you're listing my courses here. That's so funny. Like my series of courses right here on LinkedIn actually look goes in that. In fact, let me go back to the link. So uh, uh, and uh, and I do use Watson from IBM, and in my I've done in my courses, when I try to give no code AI tool, I've done demos with Watson. So I love it. I'd love to see your engagement more. So welcome. And how many of you here have taken my class in my LinkedIn learning class? Um, I'm going to continue on physical AI. Okay. So physical AI is AI literally on a device, and it doesn't have to be just edge AI. It could be embedded in the chip. It could be invisible AI that it is running, but you don't know. It's not communicating with you. That kind of thing. So, in fact, I am going to post the link of my AI trends course, and let me see. And it's free. It's on LinkedIn. It's free. You can take it, and it's not just me. I think at least 10 other AI experts have come in to actually bring you, a short snippet of what is the latest. So I'm going to share my screen so that it makes life easy. So this is the AI Trends course. It's called AI Trends. The name of the course is called AI Trends. Um, Let me close that. Now you'll be able to see. AI Trends, welcome to AI Trends. So that is what this course is about. And you can actually see the various emerging technologies. And if you want like a, refresher for every possible technology. And Yash said that vibe coding is the trend according to Yash. And if you want to see what is vibe coding, you can actually see that. Generative engine optimization, there's a lot of different topics here. Let me see. And there's about regulation, tools, APIs, all kinds of things. And my trend that I added about physical AI is also here. I'm trying to see whether I can find it. Okay.
Physical AI is AI on physical things. It combines AI with sense of data to allow machines to perceive, sense, and make sense of their environment. Examples of physical AI are self driving cars, or autonomous vehicles like warehouse robots, and robotic surgical arms. Physical AI bridges the digital and physical worlds.
Okay, I'm going to stop that. So you get a idea of that, and I'm going to give you the link for this course if you want to take this course. And again, it's not just me talking about this, but whole bunch of LinkedIn Learning experts who are here. This is the AI Trends course right here, and it's free. Anybody can take it. Enjoy. I would love to hear from you after you take this course. Of course, you can earn a certificate or share and things like that. But I would love to see, uh, did this change what you were thinking about AI trends? Having seen the different AI trends explained from different people, that did that change? So I heard vibe coding. I heard physical AI. Um, Okay. Oh, I see people telling me what courses they've taken. Oh, this. Okay. I see a lot of people who have taken the agentic AI course. In fact, I'm very pleased because, compared to my past students, which was kind of growing at few thousand, with agentic AI, we have like, 47,000 students as of last I checked, 47,700 something, I think. That many students. Generative AI and ethical AI, ethical choice what we make today rather than just smarter algorithm. That's very well said, Arjun. Thank you for that. So it might, we've heard about AI ethics as a broad topic, and we see a lot of posts on LinkedIn. At least on my feed, I see a lot about the policy changes and things like that. But responsible AI on how to design and build AI in an ethical, fair way. So, ethical design, fairness metrics, and responsible automation comes under responsible AI, and that's one of the hot trends too. Um, so, Sylvia, is that a question? What is the new thing with AI ChatGPT? Is that a question you're asking me? Just give me a thumbs up or say yes, and I will come back to that. So, right now, what I'm doing is I'm just going over AI trends from what is the latest AI trend. Agentic AI definitely is hot. And many of you have come here from my agentic AI course, but I'm just going to give you a quick short definition. So, regular AI, all AI is trained by data, but traditional AI was trained by what data we gave it, like machine learning and deep learning, and it was either supervised or unsupervised. And generative AI created a new category called semi-supervised, where it is unsupervised learning of all possible data, which is all data from the internet. A lot of it also not gotten legally or with permission, but it's lots of data from which large language model is one generative AI, which is the most famous generative AI. So I'm going to stick with large language model as the proxy for generative AI, and with generative AI, the supervised learning part is the fine tuning of the last layer of the neural network. And that brought us to agentic AI, where the generative AI has large language models and you can chat with the models, but it cannot run anything programmatically. You can chat, it can give you an answer, and it is set up to do Q&A format chat, or it can also do machine translation and a lot other things. So if you have taken my generative AI course, you will know a lot more about all the different LLM capabilities. But I'm going to stick with chatbot for talking about agent AI, because that's the most famous interface with ChatGPT and Gemini and others that you see. So this chat is what the LLM is doing. So even if you're going to Amazon and you're chatting with Rufus, or there is a lot of customer service apps, or you have voice assistants and the like, all of them are using generative AI these days, but it cannot programmatically run anything. So we were talking about physical AI as a trend. So if you want to actually actuate something, in a device. It could be manufacturing, it could be robots, it could be autonomous vehicles, it could be voice assistants, it could be the traffic light, security cameras, all kinds of devices. If they have to do something, and there is edge AI on it, it needs some intelligence. So in edge devices, you have something called edge OS, but with any other environment where you want to have the AI sense the environment, act on the data, and automate something using AI where it makes sense that the human should be doing that, then agent AI comes in. Agent AI gives you that programmatic capability on top of one or more LLMs talking to multiple data sources. Okay, so we covered agent AI, we covered physical AI, and responsible AI. I mentioned it in responsible AI, ethical design, fairness metrics. In fact, in the there is again, I'm going to give the newsletter link for those of you who are new. Elam, will you be able to just find the latest newsletter, the Limitless newsletter link, and post it on LinkedIn for people? Thank you so much. With any. Okay. I'm just going back. I had one more window and it pops up, starts talking. Okay, thank you, Vidya. I see new people coming in. We are talking about AI trends. What is the latest AI trends? And thank you, Arjun, for bringing up um, the trend on making sure it's ethical. So, Sylvia, now I'm going to answer your question. The latest from ChatGPT that I saw was that OpenAI has come with an option to do e-commerce. And so you can make purchases using ChatGPT. So it got me thinking because, having been in the tech industry, I've seen very many waves that come up and down, and some take off and then it goes and becomes the next big thing, or it becomes standardized, and we have digitization, we have mobile apps. All of those were trends at one point, and then some of them continue on. Some of them, like autonomous vehicles and self-driving car, was like a big wave when I was teaching that in 2017, and then it seemed to have gone off from this huge expectation of innovation while it's happening in a different place. Yeah. No worries, Sylvia. I'm sorry. I was answering questions for people, and I was talking about the latest AI trends. So take the course on AI trends. That will help. And you can DM me if you want a specific course that you want to take. That I'm happy to help you also. I'm happy to give you a link to any of my courses if you want to take them. So I'm focusing in a lot of my conversation today. I'm talking about generative AI. I'm talking about agentic AI and physical AI. All of that have been covered in my courses. So I'm happy to help you with that, Sylvia. And if you want to watch in, and this is a conversation we do live to just arrive at what are the latest AI trends, because all of us keep talking and hearing about AI trends. But the reality is, it is not that there is just one trend. And you had one question about what is the latest in ChatGPT, and ChatGPT has added a capability to be able to make purchases right from ChatGPT. You're talking to ChatGPT, and then you can make purchases. What does that mean? It means you can go to a commerce site, like Walmart has announced that they've done a partnership with ChatGPT, and they are going to allow making purchases using ChatGPT. And so if you're chatting with it, and you can click right there and say, I want to buy this and I want to buy that. So you can, if once it is integrated. So what gets confusing, and I'm glad Sylvia brought this up, what gets confusing is, as you are engaging with AI, as you are learning some AI, it is it is shifting all around us. So it's very intimidating, because it feels like I don't know this and everybody else seems to know that. But that's not true. All of us are looking at AI, all of us are learning AI in some form, and we are able to we are able to make sense of the latest trends, or bring that AI to grow our careers in some form. But then every time we go to LinkedIn, every time we look at any news channel, we see, especially on LinkedIn, we see the latest in AI trends, and we see a lot more. And so so one of the things I wanted to do today is to bring you this discussion on AI trends. And I can see, except for agent AI, most everybody had different things that you were talking about, right? As AI trends. So according to Yash, she was saying vibe coding because developers are making an AI like Claude code for them. And how do you get to ask it the right prompt so that it builds the right code? And then how do you validate that it is not hallucinating and the code is right? And it's integrated into Copilot and so many other tools, and that's vibe coding. So if you're a software engineer, you have to learn vibe coding because that it becomes the new way of coding. And if you're working with devices, then physical AI is important, edge AI is important. So we all have like different world vantage from where we see AI and experience it. And I'm not even talking about us as users that we are seeing different AI. And one other thing is, the one other trend is other digital personas, right? So what are they actually officially called as? Digital personalities. So my friend David Kerrigan has actually come up with two books. I'm a very big fan of his work. And Meet Your Non-Human Colleagues is one book. Can a robot? This is a very beautifully written book. This says, "Can a robot blow a candle?" So it talks about two different things, right? So one is like the workspace has so much AI. So you might have an AI in here, right? As I'm talking to you, I have an AI companion right here on Zoom who's actually taking notes. So we are going to increasingly have our digital companions, and it could be also physical in the form of a robot, like the movie Her or something. The So that is one book where AI becomes our colleague. How do you deal with it? What is going to change in our workplace? Um, the other one is, thank you for saying you took my course, Arnott. I appreciate that. So the other one is this: can a robot blow out a candle? Is one of those thought-provoking commentary about society, self, and survival in the age of intelligent machines. So this is wonderful. I've got both the books, and I'm very thrilled. And David Kerrigan, I'm going to tag David Kerrigan right here. If you want to follow his work, author. I'm just tagging David Kerrigan. Okay, how many of you actually got the newsletter and took the quiz? Because that is something that I'm going towards. Because I asked about, it didn't tag Kerrigan, so okay, I tagged him here now. Okay, thank you for that. Has LM added the newsletter link for Limitless? I'm just checking. Otherwise, LM, can you please mention newsletter and add the tag, because I'm seeing a lot of comments, so I cannot scroll back. Thank you. Thank you for that, Yash. I will put the links back, the survey back. Okay. I'm going to give you the survey link if anybody wants to take it. It came out in the newsletter yesterday. Is the window. Okay. Quiz time. And as a teacher, I like asking questions more than giving answers. I think you must have figured that out by now. Um, Okay, so if you want, you can take the quiz here, or you can give me the answer here. I'm going to share the screen and show you what the quiz is, because it's going to be mind-blowing, guys, because it's not just about finding the latest trends, or, hearing from me or anyone else for that matter. It's unbelievable. You will be surprised at where this is going. Okay. So the quiz question, and those of you who are live here on the chat can submit and take the quiz if you want, but I would prefer if you just give me the answer, what you think. So where does value reside in an AI application? How you think about this is very important, because you can say, I'm looking for AI trends and I'm looking for the latest technology. And I was learning generative AI, I was learning deep learning, and now I'm learning agentic AI. And you can just, continue on the latest trends. And I have a series of courses. So I'm very happy to see you all take more and more of my courses. It's wonderful. Um, That's one way of thinking about it, saying what is the latest new technology, so you continue to take that. The other way of thinking about it is there are trends like vibe coding and saying, okay, I'm an engineer, I need to be doing coding. I'm a product manager, and I work in specific industry or a certain role, and then what kind of skills do I need in AI skill development, and then take those. So that's one way of thinking about it. The other way of thinking about it is, I would recommend it's not just a linear path. You would need to take a bunch of these AI skills, but also you need to think about where does value reside in an AI application, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Is that in the training data? Because some of you might work in data analytics, and I came from data analytics, and there's more and more data scientists, and the world of data scientists is kind of getting blurred with the product management and other roles because of vibe coding, right? So things change around that. In fact, I've resumed weekly WED after a hiatus during summer because I was writing a book. But I had done a session about how vibe coding affects every job. What does that look like beginning early in the year? So maybe we can find that link and share that also, Yelam. So where we will share this is, I'm going to stop the thing for a minute. So, for those of you who want to continue to the talk with me as a conversation, my learner community is called Business School of AI, and I'm trying to find that here, right? Uh, Sudha's learner community. So, and I'm going to tag LM also. Make sure that we get little clips of past lessons and everything, so that if you're engaging with us, it showcases students. We do a bunch of things just as a community. I also have a Slack channel, but I would like you to stay here on LinkedIn with me and come and post any follow-up or questions or comments, so that to continue our conversation. So back to the quiz. So I was asking, where does value reside in an AI application? Is that in the training data? So based on what your role is, your skill set is, your sweet spot is, you're going to gravitate towards that, right? So if you're a data person, you're going to say, okay, how can I actually get my system analysis done by one of these new AI models, right? And or do I need to do feature engineering to do supervised learning? And what do I do with the training data? What is my role in making sure that the provenance of the data is right? And the data can take us into a whole different topic. Again, one of the things that I'm hoping, because I'm resuming weekly wed back again after the hiatus. So I'm looking to hear from you. What kind of topics do you want to learn out of this? So feel free to comment here or come back and comment at Business School of AI, and tag your friends, because this might make time sense for those of you who are here. But what if you're you have friends in a different time zone? And so I will check and reply if you're looking for that. So there is one other topic. So the quiz I was asking is, where does value reside in an AI? Is it in the training data? Is it in the human computer interface? And I'm including the ethics of it in here. Or is that about integrating the AI into a workflow? Or is that something else? So the question, and I'm going to put that back here on the comment here. Let me come back to the link. So where is value of AI? One is data, two in design, three in the workflow, or four is something else? That's my question. Okay. And those of you who are here, thanks for hanging around with me. Tell me what you think. Is it one, two, three, or something else? And if it's something else, you can just say something else, or you can say what you think it is. That's okay if it is not included. But I have a observation of what I'm seeing as applications bringing value from AI, and it has evolved over time. And earlier, people used to say, it is all in the data. So Yash says, what AI can automate and save man hours. Okay, what does that mean? When you're building AI, you're building an AI application. What is Where are you seeing the value? So I'm going for some, how so many different roles come together to create AI. And when we say AI trends and we are learning a new trend, it looks very linear, as if it's a piece of technology. And then we see applications and we say, oh, that good idea that they are doing it, right? So productivity enhancement is a value, but when you want to use AI for productivity and enhancement, and you're building AI, where does the value reside? Let me take a step back. So all AI is built with data. Gen AI has come with its own baked in data from the world, right? So there is data in it. Thank you. Preeti says data. The second thing is, and I'm not saying that's the answer, okay, but thank you for that, Preeti, and thank you for that question, Yash. So when we think about value, we are always thinking about, yes, we want to automate things. Yes, we want to improve process. We want to generate ROI. We want to improve something, right? Or we want to innovate and do things in a certain way. That's the language that we have been used and trained to hear. But I focus on helping people build AI, and in all kinds of roles. Building AI is done with a lot of different people coming together. So you could be a designer, and you might want to build a human computer interface for the robotic arm that is going to interact with people. Or you might just do UX design in a AI setting. And if you don't create the right interface, even chat GPT took off because it was a chat. It was not just an API that was able to spit out answers when you fed it a question, but it had a nice simplified, fine-tuned interface. So the design is an important thing. And when you say productivity enhancement, yes, I'm thinking you're talking about integrating into the workflow. Is that correct? So are you saying integrating into the workflow? So is it in the data? Is it in the design? Is it in the integrations that the AI has to sit somewhere, talk to something else? Is that where the value is? That's my question. And I'm expecting some answers uh, from people, especially a lot of you have taken the Agent AI course. So when you took an Agent AI course and you said, hey, this is about automating and making the LLM run something, looking at short-term or long-term memory store to make decisions and achieve some results, right? That's the whole agent design. So my question is, what was where do you see the values redirect? Sorry, I'm going to go back to find the website for the my courses link. Let me come back. Sorry about that. I had the AI trends course, so that showed up. So this is my courses. Okay. um So agents, I see an answer. Agents that improve SDLC. Can you elaborate on that? So there's a lot of people who think the value is in agents, value is in agents, but all AI is built by data. And even when you build agents, you're going to create memory stores. You're going to create some workflow. And so the question is, when you see an application like an autonomous vehicle, right? And it has edge AI, and it has computers, and it is doing object detection. The computers is doing object detection. There might be an agent that could sit on the edge. The edge OS might be a piece of software done by vibe coding, maybe, or it could be a piece of agentic AI. But where is the value created? Value means it is doing something that was not done before, that is useful for some stakeholders. It justifies why you should continue doing what you're doing, continue to use AI to keep AI in whatever application you're doing. So that's the thinking. So is it in the data? Is it in the design? Is it in the workflow? That's my question. And while you're pondering that question, I just realized there is one more trend that has not been included here. So far we've been talking about the AI trends, lot on agentic AI. I hear agentic AI come back. That is what I'm hearing a lot of people say. Um, I spoke a little bit about physical AI, and I gave you the AI trends class course link right here, so it's free. You can take it. We spoke about how responsible AI is also a trend, though it might not bubble up intuitively for everyone. And somebody who's worked in the space, who's building things, immediately knows responsible AI is important. In fact, in the newsletter, I had given a um, fairness metrics. Fairness metrics is its own topic by itself. So I just wanted to make sure that I don't miss out on it. That's why I wanted to give you the newsletter today. And if you just, if you're following me, the Limitless newsletter is right here. So I don't see the link here. LM, can you post the newsletter link one more time? It's called Limitless. Okay, Preeti, I'm so glad you're here. Preeti says all of them. It's wonderful. So it is true that it's in the design, it's in the data, it's in, if the AI is standing alone, and engineering is showing that it's not going to create value unless it's integrated into some bigger other systems where your customer data resides, right? Or there is context on what you're talking about. So all of them is correct, and there is a new word for the all of them where the value is created. And I'm telling you, I didn't make this up. um, does anybody know? Yes, you are the last person I will say you're allowed to answer this, because I know you're working on this. But anybody else? There is a new trend in AI combining all of it. And while you're pondering that, let me go back to my list, because we missed out one other trend. So I was talking about digital personalities in David's books, vibe coding, responsible AI, agentic AI, physical AI. And we talked about design is an important ethical link. And there is one other AI technology, I would say, that is perennial since the whole Gen AI took off. And end of the year, just before Christmas, I on Weekly Wed on Wednesday this time, I host uh, what do you like a holiday learning plan. That's what I call it, holiday learning plan. And we talk about what have we learned in the year, where we should focus our energy, what other things should be learning. And thank you, Elam, for the newsletter link. I appreciate this. Um, and in that, I had actually said one particular technology, and I said that the previous year, and this year beginning, I said that again. So one topic, and I'm going to give that. If anybody wants to take a moment, you can actually go back to my YouTube and find it, but I'm just going to give it to you because of our time. So fine tuning is one of those AI trends that has evolved and changed and has not gone away. In the beginning, we were talking about fine tuning versus RAG, and what's the right thing, and how do we get our own data for the LLM to find the right answers, instead of just chatting with ChatGPT with internet data and things like that. And fine tuning is what creates the semi supervised learning in the last layer of the neural network. So and you use your own data set. So you bring your own data set, and why do you do try fine tuning? What is the value of doing fine tuning? What does the LLM benefit from by doing fine tuning if you do fine tuning? Um, so there are three different reasons why we do fine tuning. So one is setting the tone. Can anybody else answer what else? Why do we do fine tuning? We do fine tuning for two more reasons. Any other suggestions? Any other thought process? So fine tuning is done from an LLM, is fine tuned before you get to see it as an application. So I just got this Limitless newsletter here, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to share that link. So I want to close out this topic on fine tuning, because fine tuning is a topic that we can cover over a long time. Fine tuning is to transfer the learning to what we want. That is true, Yash. So so basically they take an LLM, and then you take your own data set, and it's a simple data set. So one of the things you do fine tuning is to set the tone, right? So you bring, if you just get internet data and it has Reddit threads, and now when you chat with ChatGPT is decent, and you can set the tone on ChatGPTs. So that setting the tone is one. The other thing is, if you want to learn about a specific industry, And if you're in e-commerce and you're chatting and the chatbot is talking to you, it needs to know about your products. It needs to know about the jargons of that industry. So industry jargon. So broadly speaking, like Yash says, uh, it is industry terms. I will not call it jargon. Industry terms. So you have industry terms. You have the tone that but with which you wanted to talk. So generally speaking, fine tuning is to transfer new knowledge to what you want. But in a LLM setting, it is not just new knowledge. You're going to restrict the knowledge, that you don't want it to have curse words. You don't want it to have a bad attitude. You don't want it to talk in a generic sense like a layman. You want it to talk like an e-commerce chatbot. You want it to talk like an insurance chatbot. So you teach industry terminology. There is a third area while what we do fine tuning is machine translation. So when you see that Zoom says, oh, now you can actually get this Zoom translation in 17 languages or some number, that is the language translation from one language to another is done using fine tuning. So three areas where fine tuning is done is to change the tone so that it doesn't talk bad words, to limit what it has already learned for an LLM, to teach it new terms of your industry, and another is to do machine translation for languages. So fine tuning is still an important area, and you keep hearing from OpenAI and everyone else that they're saying we've improved this and the model is doing this and that, and they're taking an existing foundation model and then retraining the last layer, and they keep doing fine tuning. So I think it's an important skill for you to learn, and it is a top trend according to me. It is not just like a sexy sounding trend that, oh, I know fine tuning. You need to know fine tuning to build any AI application for it to behave and engage with your customers. So that is important. So I think I've listed the trends that I wanted to share with you, but we were talking about the quiz. I'm going to go back to the quiz, where the value is created, whether it is in AI or design or workflow. And I got one beautiful answer that it is all of the above. And for all of the above, what it means is, it's not just that, hey, we are building an application and a designer is creating the design, a product manager is bringing feature engineering, or we are getting data from a different department which does data engineering for us, and we want integration into these other products, and we are all working towards that, is awesome. That's old fashioned way of building AI. With agentic AI, bringing all of this together is a new trend, and it is called, Yash, you're allowed to say, the latest new trend of bringing various elements of value for AI in one place. What is it called? It's called context engineering. I wish I had drum rolls for it. So, you've heard about prompt engineering, where you chat and you give it a message and you talk to the chatbot and you talk to the LLM. Even if you programmatically make it build something as an agent, you're actually, having prompts. Context engineering actually combines the data store. So when you ask a question to a chatbot, it needs to understand the context of my historic information so it knows who I am, and a person can personalize the information. And in LLMs, there's a concept called context window, of how much context of the previous charts does the LLM remember, based on which it can continue our conversation. And that is the power of how ChatGPT and the intelligent chatbots came about, because it understands the context. And context engineering is the newest trend by which you can actually make sure that the LLM understands the context of your conversation. Am I chatting and asking for a travel deal? Who am I? Why am I asking for this? Or am I asking for medical information? Is this curiosity chat? Who am I? Why am I asking this? What is the purpose of this? Is this appropriate to say this in a compliance setting, in a business setting? And so it goes back for those of you who have taken my Agent AI course, and this Sudha Life link actually sits at the bottom of all my courses. So if you take any of my courses, if you scroll down to the bottom, you will see the latest Sudha Live. So this one will recite till next month, and then middle of next month, I'll come back and do the next Sudha Live. But in the meanwhile, I'm going to be continuing to talk to you at Business School of AI here. I'm going to talk to you with my newsletter. And we are also have opened up the weekly WED, which is our speaker series, back again. So context engineering is how you take agent AI and all that you've learned of the agent design of the data store and the decision making and the and give the context of it to the agent, so that you do automation, but you do that in an intelligent, in a controlled fashion. And that is context engineering. So we can learn about how context engineering is done, the different nuances of this, different techniques of it, different tools of it. So Yashashwini here is going to be coming back right at the same time when we started today at 9 a.m. Pacific time, on Wednesday, 9 a.m., October 29th, at Weekly WED. And she will be talking about context engineering. She'll be teaching us context engineering. Thank you, Yash. I'm just going to add that as a comment here. And for those of you who want to get onto that list, some of you signed up to get the Zoom link, so thank you for that. And I'm just adding that link, and we will be able to send you the Zoom link. We don't live stream the weekly WED. It is going to be a closed room class-like session on Zoom. So if you're interested, you're welcome to join that, and you will get a reminder on the Zoom link. Okay, so we talked about AI trends. I shared a lot of different AI trends, and I believe that based on what your roles are, you should continue to focus on the data, on the human-centered design, or you can focus on the integration. And if you're focused on agents specifically, I think it's important for you to learn context engineering. So with that, I'm going to wrap up unless there is any burning question. And Yash, I just posted that right here, that you're going to be teaching context engineering. If you want, you can add a comment here on any. We don't need to put resources here. We'll be able to put that out on Business School of AI, because this is a live thread. People will come and watch, and this will kind of go away. So with that, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you everyone for joining and all your engagement. If you have any follow-up that you want to hear, I would love to hear from you. And I've shared the newsletter link. One of the big things I have in the newsletter is I have a list of jobs, I have a list of grant opportunities and events. All that is in the newsletter. In my previous Sudha Live, I used to just give those in live, but the numbers are too much. There are jobs, there are many jobs. I want you to be able to go look at that and see what makes sense for you. So check out the newsletter, and let me go back. Thank you, Elam. Elam has added the link for it right here in our chat. So you should be able to see that. So the Jamte newsletter has the jobs and opportunities. So check that out, and feel free to add a comment in there, or come and add a comment at Business School of AI. Thank you, Adam. Thank you so much. I am glad you found this helpful. So with that, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you so much, Arjun. Looking forward to continue our conversation. And for those of you who want to join the Zoom and continue on each week, you can come to Weekly WED. The next one would be on October 29th. I used to do this weekly. I will do that weekly if we get to enough of a core topics and team. But right now, I'm just going to stick to the bi-weekly. So I will continue Sudha Live back in 1 month right here. And I will, and you just, if you want to continue the conversation, you can follow Business School of AI, come tag and, ask questions or comments, and follow on the newsletter. And especially if you're looking at a job in the newsletter, I'm happy to give you any referral. So you can comment in there or find me on Business School of AI. With that, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you, everyone. I had fun, and continue to develop your AI skills. And I'm here to cheer for you. Thank you so much. I'm glad for you guys found it helpful. Thank you so much. And thank you, Preeti, for actually breaking the ice and saying that it is all connected together. So I hope you will continue on with your AI journey. And I'm here to help. Bye, everyone.